I'm done?
Okay.
Can you send him home?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm done.
Okay, fine.
Done. Because you're costing me money. I didn't do things I got from this house because of you.
You let my mom say some mind that.
No, because of you.
He sat there and she's like, kiss me. And he's like, no, kiss me, no. If you don't kiss me, I'm gonna burn the she said, I'm gonna burn your house. I'm gonna burn that down.
The attorney for Clenney says Courtney Clenney was a victim of domestic violence. And the clip you just saw was her fighting with her now deceased partner, was reportedly to have been a few months before Christian Obumseli's stabbing. He also claims that there is evidence of abuse from dating April 2nd or the 1st, 2022, a few days before his death, that indicates that he had abused her. I can tell you now, before going into this, and you're always free to come to your own judgments, but it is not, absolutely not looking good for her at all. 2 months before a formal arrest has been made, and for context here, the family had to put a lot of pressure on the district attorney's office to even bring this case to court to seek justice for Christian Obumseli. 2 months before that, she had allegedly threatened to burn the house of a bystander down. The individual in question, his identity has not been revealed, but the father, Jovan, had given an interview in regards to the encounter that his son had with Courtney Clenney. In the interview, Jovan goes on to claim that Clenney was threatening to burn his entire house down to the ground. The reason for this threatening was the guy going to, beat her up, or was the guy being inappropriate? No. The son, the 18-year-old son, just refused to kiss her when she was requesting.
She approached him, what my son said, visibly intoxicated. And she's like, hey, what's your name?
According to an incident report obtained by NBC6, Clenney approached an 18-year-old and asked him to walk her home. He agreed. But according to Jovan, the 18-year-old's father, things got weird when they stopped to sit down.
So they sat there and she's like, kiss me. And he's like, no, kiss me, no. If you don't kiss me, I'm going to burn the she said, I'm going to burn your house. I'm going to burn that down.
I can hear the two feminists melting down at this age gap if it was a man in question. Oh no, our frontal lobe is not fully developed at 18. She's still a child. She's not capable of making decisions. You also got the other narrative of, oh no, when he was 11, she was just born. Oh no, when he was 22, she was just 11. You kind of get the mosaic of the idiotic rhetoric that I'm trying to paint you here. Moving from Twitter back into this case.
The father says his concerned teen texted him and he showed up immediately. That's when he says things allegedly got physical.
Then she freaked out. She approached me and she started slapping me as I was standing in between her and my son. She started slapping like this, nothing major.
We have dug deep into the evidence in regards to this case and gave you like a neat little timeline, which I'm not going to be rehashing. You can go watch that, but just a quick and brief recap. Courtney Clenney and Christian Obumseli have been dating for 2 years before his fateful death. He was in hospital twice by the hands of Clenney, his girlfriend. He sought the help of a therapist to basically try and help him understand the dynamic he was in. According to the detective that was pretty much overseeing the case, the detective also shared the fact that he was basically messaging her saying that his love is gonna get him killed. And quite honestly, the way that this case has transpired, those words could not be even more chilling to say it out loud again if it wasn't bad enough the first time. Honestly, I'm not doing this recap any justice. I just implore you to go and please give that video a watch. It is in the description. The title card should actually pop up right now. You can also check out the Dr. Heinz website where this case can also be found with the sources for my compilation detailed out for you right there and there. You can go read up for yourself and see and fact check me. You can also find other cases on the channel, which you can check out. So please help us feed the algorithm monster by splashing ketchup all over that like button. This will give it some life. And again, I should know I am the doctor of condiments after all. Anyway, the parents were also arrested for evidence tampering, most likely because the laptop of Christian Obumseli, they were trying to get into it. The parents had allegedly gained access to the laptop, and only its crypto data was found. Of course, this is not out of place considering Christian Obumseli was a crypto trader, but what is out of place was the pure fact that they found no other files. Just that file, just the files in regards to crypto trading. No pictures of Clenney, no nothing. And this was somebody that was trying to stay in a relationship. I don't know what to make of that. You can make of that how you will. I'm not going to speculate. So evidence tampering charges were brought up to in regards with the parents. In wire interference charge was also brought to Courtney Clenney for giving, I believe I don't know if I'm getting this right, but it would be likely for giving the parents access to this particular device, etc. So maybe that's why she got the wire tampering charges. But regardless, it's not looking good for her with these charges being stacked up, especially now considering that they're going to bring in the parents trying to tamper with the evidence. This case is wild because now it's likely that they're going to use the parents' charges of evidence tampering against her to basically say that there is a high likelihood that she was trying to get rid of the evidence that could be incriminating for her. Look, it's not going to be a walk in the park. It wasn't easy to start off with. In regards to Clenney, what has she done? Her team has basically said that they are going to get a knife throwing expert to basically substantiate the reality or the idea that she could have thrown the knife at Obumseli to have stabbed him. Even whether, I don't know how they're going to justify the 10 feet, then 8, then 7 feet modifications to the story, but we shall see. In regards to Courtney, did you know her father was listed as an attorney? At the police station where she was questioned, she stated this. And also, that interrogation video, you can go watch for yourself. It's in the description. I haven't done a reaction to it, but I will say some things really stood out to me, to just say the least, such as Courtney Clenney's reaction to the death of Christian Obumseli when she was promptly informed.
Oh, okay. When did you guys come to Miami from Austin?
We visited last year in March, and we loved it, and we travel all the time together. We like the beach.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always wanted to live here, so he was like, he wanted to move to London, I wanted to move here, and I was like, maybe we should start in the U.S.
Yeah,
and he was like, that, and we did it. So.
Okay. How long have you guys been together?
About 2 years.
About 2
A
years?
year and a half to 2 years, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is he okay?
He's still at the hospital. They're still,
I know.
monitoring him and talking to him. So we're waiting.
Oh my God! So he didn't even have to have surgery.
Well, I don't know. They're still doing X-rays and stuff like that. So I don't know yet. I'm waiting to hear a response.
That's all I have to know. Thank God.
So
that's all I need.
We'll get to that in a little bit.
Okay.
And once we're done, I'll go talk to them again and see what's the update. Okay.
Okay, just before I go any further, I personally believe that the police, as at this point in time of the interrogation, has full knowledge that Christian Obumseli is actually dead. In my research into all of this, from the deep dive, etc., the time of death was of course not established or brought out, but he was pronounced dead at the hospital. Whether or not the police knew remains a mystery, but I believe they firmly knew, because they were doing, in my opinion, everything possible so that Clenney doesn't have an idea that, doesn't believe he could be dead in any way. I do think that this plays a massive role, much later on to Clenney's state of mind in regards to how she approaches this particular situation, how much she gives over to the police, etc. I do personally believe that the police officers do actually know that Christian at this point is actually dead.
Yeah, I remember one of the things, but I don't think it's relevant.
No, go ahead, tell me. It might be relevant. It might help me understand this a little more.
He said, why don't you go find one of the fucking guys in G-Wagons? Because I had said something about that when I broke up with him like a week ago. Out of anger. I didn't say it because I want that, because I love him. But it was just one of the things that you said.
Was that at the moment that he was charging you, or earlier in one of the arguments?
It was before he choked me. Yes, it was before he choked me.
Okay.
Or whatever.
So he gets...
So no, not right then. I couldn't tell you exactly what he said right then.
Okay. So...
But I swear to God, I was scared. I mean, after like what had just happened, I was scared. And I was on the phone with my mom, and it was still happening.
Yeah.
I was scared.
So you told me that he had you against the wall at one point, right? With his hands over your neck?
Mm-hmm.
And how did you end up from the wall to the ground?
Let me go.
Uh-huh.
Let me go, and then I started swinging on him because I had been against the wall.
Okay.
I started trying to hit him.
Yeah.
And then he put me on the ground.
He dropped you to the ground. What did he do? Did he lift you up, or did he grab your hair? Did he just kind of rotate you onto the ground?
I really couldn't even tell you.
He pushed you. Who?
Christian.
Who's Christian? Oh.
The victim.
They haven't told me his
I
name.
don't know if I'm the victim.
No.
He's definitely the victim. What'd you say?
No, he didn't know his name, so he was confused. I was the one that went to the scene.
I just assume everybody knows everything.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Not always.
Okay, so there are a couple of takeaways in regards to this particular part of the video. It is a 4 hour video or whatever. I'm not going to go through all of it, just the cliff notes. You can find it on drheinz.info. I will also include timestamps in the description on the article that I'm writing in regards to this point. That stuck out to me is the part that she calls him victim, and this is why I brought out the fact that earlier in regards to the police having knowledge that he's actually dead and she doesn't, because her reaction to that particular news given to her by the police was very interesting, because she thought it was fine. Like, she basically brushed it off and thought, oh phew, she can sort it out later, whatever. That's what I think anyway. Her calling him a victim here, he's definitely a victim. I'm a victim, but he's definitely a victim. It kind of suggests to me, obviously if she knew that he was there at this point, it's a completely different meaning, but her not knowing that he's dead at all, because we've seen later on, which I'm gonna show you just right now, her reaction to finding out that he's dead.
So we have to inform you that Christian did not make it. Okay. Unfortunately, the doctors did what they could. And
Christian is dead.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So as you can see, the way that she's now calling him a victim is going to be definitely be used against her in court, because what do you mean he's definitely a victim?
I was sober for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And now why am I not sober? Because of you. But you're hindering my progress.
You need to sit down. You need to sit
Let go of me. Let go of me.
Come on.
Let go of me.
Okay.
Come on, boy. Let go of me. I can't even, I'll start to hit later. Get the off me.
You don't want to hit me.
Christian, he saw me, and I know he's looking. I'm fed up with you. I'm fed up. I'm fed up with how you treat me.
Courtney,
Yes, I've been mad at you.
You let Malone say some line that affected you.
I didn't let her say anything. You did it.
Hey, let's go to Malone right now. Let's pull up to her.
No, I'm just gonna hear the scenes.
No, she's in the group chat. Let's put her on the phone right now.
I dare you.
Yeah, you dare me? Keep saying
you
it.
do it.
Then stop saying it then.
Do it.
Then stop saying it then. Then stop saying it then.
I'll
Come on.
let me get my
Ask her. Ask her, did I touch her breast yesterday?
how instigative he is?
No, you're telling me I touched her breast yesterday when I.
You did. I didn't say you touched it.
You said I did.
You were leaning. Yo, you were dumb as I actually don't agree with you. Actually, I'm done.
Okay.
Can you send him home?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm done.
Okay, fine.
Done. Because you're costing me money. I didn't do things like got to this house because of you.
You let Malone say some line that.
No, because you flirting with like 3 girls the whole time.
What 3 girls? What 3 girls? You?
Well, maybe
You
I think that
and you?
doesn't matter.
You
It was
and you?
Milan.
Malone? I was flirting with Malone?
And she said, hey, come get your mans. You just want to come home with me.
You're lying.
No, I'm not.
You're lying. She said, come get your mans that I was trying to hit on Malone. Come on, baby.
Okay.
That doesn't even sound right.
Christian, you're fired.
Fine.
Hopefully, shut up.
You
Hopefully,
never see me again. You are the most
good bitch. Shut
ever met in my
Hopefully,
life.
you will.
You, Courtney.
You too. Get the out of here. This isn't even my house.
Yeah, cool.
It's not my house. Really. You're just like my boyfriend. Get the out of here.
Just like your boyfriend?
I can actually get like done if you're not here.
Yeah.
Get the out of here.
Okay, I'll remember that next time.
Get out. No, that's not even the next time. Get the
Stop touching
Get
me.
out.
Don't touch me again.
good thing. Get out,
Will.
bitch. Get out.
Bitch.
There are instances and after instances and receipts after receipts of her hospitalizing him. There is not really much from her side to him of reciprocated violence or anything like that. She says it here in the video, which we're gonna get into, but there isn't anything so far. Again, you can go watch the deep dive. I'm just gonna quickly play the last bit where she goes into details of what happened on the day.
So he has you on the ground. You end up on the ground, and he has his hands over your neck. Correct? Yeah.
Yes.
So, and then is he saying something to you at the time when he's on the ground on top of you, or?
He was saying something like gritting his teeth. I don't remember what it was.
Like what?
He was saying something like gritting his teeth, like with the white of his eyes,
okay.
but I don't remember what it was.
Okay. And then he at one point he stops, right? Sorry. And what, you get up, you go to the bedroom, or what do you do?
I get my phone from the kitchen. I got my phone from the kitchen. I called my mom. I was talking to her, and then he was following me around the apartment and acting like, I mean, just like after. We shouldn't be together.
You guys have a history of domestic violence?
Yeah.
You say you've been together how long, sir?
Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
1.5 to 2 years.
So,
Okay. And you got up, and then what happened?
I went into the kitchen. I picked up my phone from my charger
Okay.
to call my mom. Actually, at that point, I walked into the living room. She was on the couch. I didn't say this before. I walked in the living room. I called my mom. You could see I was calling my mom.
Okay.
That made him angry. I went in his living room, took us on the couch. He came in there and tried to get the phone out of my hand. So I went back into the kitchen. And at that point, I was sitting there and I grabbed the knife, which...
Did he ever get the phone out of your hands, or?
No.
No?
He just came over to me and was trying to get it, and then I went into the kitchen and grabbed the knife. I do not think that this was... I don't know. I really don't know if this is justified at all. I actually don't know.
Well, that's what
I really don't know, because I know I was scared, but I really don't know.
So you grabbed the knife?
Because I grabbed a knife. I grabbed a knife and I said, like, pretty much just like, don't get any closer to me. And then came with me, said something, came with me. and then I just threw it. And I really
How exactly did you throw it? Did you just throw like that?
How many times?
No, how exactly did you throw it? Like you threw it like this, or kind of like you flung it at him overhead, or how did that?
Oh, I just flung it.
You just flung it over your head, or from
like this.
Okay.
So
from like beside your head.
Holding it, yeah. So not like I'm holding it like this. This is not the knife, the
blade to it?
Right, the blade.
Okay.
I for dang sure did not stab him. That would be insane. I mean, I didn't even think that this would touch him. But I mean, I thought that I would scare him by just grabbing it. I thought I would scare him by just grabbing it, but that didn't work. So anyway, comes at me and then I just flung it.
Okay.
And I was kind of just trying to fling it past
when
him.
you threw it, when you flung it, how close was he at that time?
I mean, I said 10 feet, but if this is 10 feet, it was definitely more than 10 feet.
Okay.
I mean, if somebody goes into my apartment, they can see how far it was.
Yeah.
But I did not want it to actually injure him.
Mm-hmm.
That
and what did he do? What did he do after you flung the knife at him?
There were some key takeaways from that kind of side by side, and the major key takeaway for me was the fact that she basically claimed that she flung the knife, and this knife was flung from way more than 10 feet. Now, if you've been following the coverage of this case from the deep dive that we did on the channel, you will see that the knife, it changed from 10 to 8 to 7 feet. But this one is way longer than 10 feet, and it was just flung. Now, we know what she looks like. She's 5. I think she said she was 5'9" or 5'10" or something like that. Doesn't weigh that much. I personally want to know how much she actually bicep curls and how much she actually benches, because how you get so much strength from that flinging to go according to the autopsy report, which was given in testimony in the hearing by the I believe it was a coroner. He basically said that Christian Obumseli suffered a stab wound to the chest, and the knife had punctured the subclavian artery, which is the heart or something like that. I'm not a doctor. I don't know. I don't really know the exact location. But anyway, moving on, it says the knife entered in a downward angle to the depth of 8 centimeters. So that's a very deep stabbing here. And the autopsy report, at least the coroner used the word stab, because that would be the most likely cause of injury. That's what is been established here. So if it was being flung from that far, again, I would love to know her routine. I would love to know how much she's benching. I would love to know how much she's bicep curling, because that is some next level animantium kind of strength that Wolverine is envious of. And to me, it does pull her credibility into a lot of question, because if you're really trying to convince the jury that you, like an OnlyFans model, blonde, thin as hell, threw that knife with such light velocity that it would enter and go as deep as 8. I'm sorry, like, you're gonna have to come up with a new defense. Like you have to come up with a new story, and it's now deadlock that she has to stick to this, because you have her here in the interrogation, and there is no way you can escape this, because you're claiming self-defense. You can't escape this either way. Even if she wasn't claiming self-defense, and if even she was claiming not guilty, she can't escape this, because she has to kind of like try and explain, okay, maybe I didn't fling, I was stabbing, this was what happened, etc. Understand? If she chooses to take the stand, that is, because she can still plead the fifth. I have no idea if a plea deal was actually offered to her, if if it was and she turned it down, that is the stupidest thing that you could do based on this train wreck of an interrogation. Because Jesus Christ, I'm looking forward to hearing the Twitter feminists and the sociologists who are going to be out to say that this is a victim of domestic violence. All of this is reactive abuse, and this is what happens when she has been abused all of her time. Never mind the 2 hospitalizations that she had subjected Courtney Clenney, not Courtney Clenney, Christian Obumseli to. Never mind the numerous times that that again in the hospital that she goes to see, and he was basically lying to protect her so that she doesn't face any repercussions, even though in this same interrogation she revealed that he was even detained. And even in that revelation she says it was actually nothing, and they just detained him because she basically said that he had pushed her. It was that simple to get him detained, but a stab in the leg, all those things he had to lie about, so it's just so that she doesn't get in trouble. All of this, in my honest opinion, just boils down to someone who has been getting away with so much in her life and is now finally caught up with her that this train wreck occurred, because she just has the hubris to really believe, I can get myself out of this one. I can talk myself out of this. And thank God you believe that, because at least we got some truth. But if you were to be in this situation, again, not advice, or not legal advice, and all of those things is not. But don't talk. Get a lawyer. But in this situation, look, I'm conflicted. Honestly, I would stand by that and be like, yeah, don't talk. But I want moments like this to happen, because if she didn't talk, she could get away with this. And in my own honest opinion, this is probably the first case I'm going into with a lot of bias. In all fairness, I went into the Jonathan Majors case with less bias, and I got to see the evidence unfold more and more, and I quickly changed my mind. I was like, nope, he's not guilty of this, and I still stand by that to today. Look, I'll be completely honest with you. The evidence against Courtney Clenney put together by the DA is very compelling. Could she have been abused? I mean, it's not impossible, nor is it improbable, based on the toxic dynamic of this relationship. What a wild case this is turning out to be. Honestly, wild. What I am most looking forward to is the report and how they're going to spin this. Are they going to say that mutual abuse is something that happens in relationships? We are already seeing reports that this was a mutually abusive relationship where she was a sole aggressor mentioned by the prosecutors. Are they now going to say that mutual abuse does not exist? The reason why I bring this up is because if you've seen my Depth v. Heard coverage, you will see that there was an individual that was interviewed by NBC, and her name, she goes by the name of Ruth Glenn, of the president, I believe, or CEO of NCADV, which is a domestic violence charity, a national domestic violence charity in the United States. And what she was basically saying in this interview was that mutual abuse is a myth, it doesn't exist, etc. All those things. Is she going to speak in defense of Courtney Clenney here to say that this was not a mutually abusive relationship, that this was a reactive abuse situation scenario, that the real victim that's dying dead cold on the floor, that he is the one that was being abusive to her, and all she was doing was protecting herself from his abuse? I would love to hear what they have to say. Nicole Bedera too. I would love to hear what she has to say, because of course in the Jonathan Majors case that I have covered here, she basically said that Jonathan Majors was using an old trope that is black people getting lynched by the police going against a white woman, which was not even his point if you watch the interview. But she made this statement saying that Grace Jabari was the victim in all this, and he was not accepting accountability. Are they going to run the same narratives in regards to this case? Thank heavens this is getting televised. I'll be covering it at Ketchup Court. And yeah, because again, but I'm saying thank heavens, but it's not gonna make a difference because we also what happened with Deb v. Heard. Are they going to do a press run in which they're gonna say the cameras was a travesty in this case, that the case of this nature should not be televised? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't have the answers to these questions.
Halfway, take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers.
We hope to have the answers to these questions when the trial does go live. It should be streamed, really. So hopefully I will see you in Ketchup Court, where we will hopefully have some guests to drop in and share their insights, whether they be professionals or just lay people like myself. I'll be looking forward to bringing a diverse cast to opine on this case. I implore every single one of you to throw ketchup on that like button and feed the algorithm monster. It's gonna help feed that. Make sure you destroy it so that it can stop eating up our views. The more you feed the algorithm monster, the less it's gonna be dependent on eating our views, and it'll eat the like button instead. It will just eat the ketchup on the like button. I would know this. I am the doctor of condiments after all. But yeah, once again, thank you so much. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. Consider becoming a member of the channel to receive bonus content in the Heinz all, and also to use special features like watch early, etc. All of those nice, goodly, ketchupy things. Also, I would love to hear your thoughts as well in regards to this case. Do consider leaving a comment below. I endeavor to read every single comment. I would love to hear what you guys think about this case. Do you think that she is actually acting in self-defense and it's a valid defense to have, or do you think that she's telling a lot of porcupines and she just needs to be held accountable for what she's done? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching this far. Don't go into court naked. Make sure you clothe yourself with knowledge and check out the deep dive on the channel, which should come up on your screen now. Once again, thank you so much. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.